everyone, this is Perfume Coast, so welcome to my channel. As I continue talking about clean profile, today I'm going to talk about floral clean profile. And without further ado, let's jump into the ocean of perfumes. And the first perfume I'd like to introduce to you is called Lazy Sunday Morning by Maison Margiela. And as always, let's take a look at the notes that Fragrantica is giving us. So on the top we've got aldehydes, lily of the valley and pear. In the middle there's rose, iris, orange blossom. And finally in the base there's white musk, ambrette and Indonesian patchouli. So this scent starts off powdery clean, and if you don't know about the notes on this fragrance, this would be the key feature describing this scent, powdery clean. Once you know that lily of the valley is there, you realize immediately that what delivers this cleanliness. So lily of the valley is quite strong here. In fact, it's front and center. And you know how lily of the valley may be quite indolic. Examples would be, of course, the very famous Diorissimo by Dior, especially its original version, they say. By the way, I remember having been gifted 90s version of, the one to my 16th birthday. And all I could smell was utter freshness of the floral bouquet. But recently I revisited the current release of Diorissimo, and even the current version smelled a bit carnal to me. And that's how our fragrance memories can work sometimes. They are quite subjective. So anyway, getting back to this Lazy Sunday Morning fragrance, this one is far from being carnal or indolic, even if measured by my current standards. So this is your bright, clean opening that's helped here with aldehydes, and powderiness is achieved by the presence of iris. As the scent progresses, cleanliness and freshness of the lily of the valley goes nowhere, so it can be concluded that it's quite a linear scent and also very long-lasting. I often use it as my bedtime perfume, and next morning I can perfectly smell it, which is amazing for EDT concentration. Next up is a very similarly looking bottle, referring to the same clean floral line. This time it's Bubble Bath by the same brand, Maison Margiela, of course. And let's take a quick look at the notes. So what we've got on the top, according to Fragrantica here, would be soap and bergamot. In the middle there's lavender, jasmine and rose. And finally in the base has coconut, white musk and patchouli. So this fragrance to me is all about soapy floral concoction led by lavender. It opens up extremely loud and soapy, and there is this hint of rose balancing lavender. But what delivers and emphasizes soapiness is actually lavender. So this lavender gives soapy note, a bit bitterness, that makes altogether the soapiness more elegant and takes it to the territory of luxurious bath salts, if you like, that in its turn deliver the image of comfortable and cozy bath full of soapy bubbly foam. So this scent gives off tones of creaminess landed by coconut note, most probably. And the whole composition is a bit bitter scent, certainly soapy, clean and creamy. So again, total association with creamy, bubbly bath foam that's extremely comforting and touch aromatic, which is again delivered by lavender. So similar to Lazy Sunday Morning, this one is very long-lasting eau de toilette. So next up is the fragrance by the brand Penhaligon, and it's called Castile. And as always, let's take a look at the notes. So according to Fragrantica, what we've got on the top is orange blossom and petitgrain. In the middle there's orange blossom, again, bergamot and rose. And finally in the base there's musk and woodsy notes. So this one is a kind of clean soapy fragrance that mainly delivered by orange blossom, which, as we could see from the list of notes, top and middle. And very often orange blossom is, of course, this fleety note, but the kind of materials or concentration of oils perhaps used here are apparently fortified in order to achieve the consistency of orange blossom note the way it's here. So this scent again opens up soapy with strong presence of orange blossom, and orange blossom is of course one of those notes that deliver soapiness and cleanliness very often. In time, while orange blossom lingers on, a bit of tartness steps in, which is very polite and appropriate, but on the other hand provides some variability aspect to the scent, all of which is probably landed by the note of petitgrain. So the final bouquet composition that lasts till the very end of the concoction is strong and beautiful orange blossom, a touch of petitgrain and dewy rose. All of this together delivers this unique scent of Castile soap, which is very popular in Spain, and to me smells along the lines of Maison soap, both of which give me the reminiscences of Mediterranean drugstores or pharmacias, as it were, where this almost indolic orange blossom scent is all over the place. But to me, it's beautiful and full of precious reminiscences scent. So next up is designer release by Prada, and it's a flanker called Virtual Flowers, and it belongs to the line Paradoxe, of course. So let's take a look at the notes that Fragrantica is listing here. So the composition is quite ordinary to this scent profile. However, let's not jump ahead, it's quite special as well. So on the top there's bergamot, in the middle there's jasmine and neroli, and finally in the base there's musk and ambrette. So this scent is quite unique and elegant territory. It can easily be a signature scent to those of us who do not always like to smell something specific, but rather in the tradition of earlier decades to enjoy a blend of clean and elegant florals. So the opening is clean and bright, then very quickly white florals claim the central stage, so to speak. This would be neroli and jasmine. Both florals are in no way carnal or indolic. These features are completely cut off here, I'd say. And in this non-indolic context, I smell more of jasmine rather than neroli. And this jasmine is really clean, beautiful and airy, and it gives you this almost translucent crystal impression. There's just a touch of plasticky vibe, which is very characteristic to designery jasmine musks, I would say. But I do not mind this at all. In fact, a bit of designery vibe like that to me makes floral direction less imposing, and therefore in the end jasmine here is more elegant, airy and clean. So the scent is a touch sweet, so in the end it's your crystal clean, musky white floral that's a bit sweet and translucent as well. It's a very elegant, more of a warmer weather appropriate scent that's quite strong but not invasive or offensive. In my view, this flanker has nothing to do with original or other Paradoxe releases, which are just too bland to me, to be honest. Well, this one is quite unique, again, niche-like even, so I knew I had to have it after I first tested it in the shops. So next up is yet another designer release. This is by the brand Issey Miyake, and it's called L'Odyssée, Oud and Magnolia. So as far as the notes for this fragrances are concerned, according to Fragrantica, they're as follows. So on the top, again, like similar with the previous one, we've got bergamot. In the middle, there's magnolia and water notes. And in the base, there's quite simply a sandalwood. So as the name suggests, cleanliness is delivered here by magnolia flower this time. It starts off very much what you are getting in the end of this fragrance lifetime. So this fragrance is a bright, slightly citrusy, but mainly magnolia forward floral fragrance. It's a touch watery, but watery note is not overpowering here or cologne-like. In other words, it's not main player here and not unpleasant at all. But it certainly supports the clean direction, which is a bit, delivers a bit of humidity. So the imagery that comes to mind is this creamy, clean laundry detergent or luxurious cotton linen. The scent is quite soft, but not weak at all, and that's exactly what makes this perfume so comforting and cocooning. If I could come up with a short and concise wording for this fragrance, this would be translucent magnolia cream, perhaps. This is, one of those simple but classy fragrances that everyone should have in their collection, I think, because it's versatile, inoffensive, and really is an easy grab if you do not really need to make any statement, but rather be comfortable in your own skin. So, and finally, the last fragrance for today's review, referring to Clean Florals, would be Neroli à la Cardamome de Guatemala by the brand Chopard. So again, your designer release. And let's take a look at what Fragrantica is listing here. So on the top we've got Neroli and Mandarin orange, in the middle is orange blossom and Guatemalan cardamom, and finally in the base says ambrette and white wood. So to me this is straight identical to famous Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. So no wonder it starts with this beautiful citrusy neroli accord. To me the scent is clean, white powder with a touch of spicy citrus. So again, the likes of most luxurious laundry detergent, the whiffs of which are coming from your freshly washed and pressed white shirt perhaps. So as with many other clean forward fragrances, this one is beautifully consistent from start to finish. And that's what I like about the fragrances like that, because I want my snow white shirt fragrance to remain clean and fresh and fluffy across the whole day. Compared to Neroli Portofino, this one can be a much more affordable option, by the way. So original price is somewhat €260 for 100 ml, but I regularly see this perfume heavily discounted to as little as €100. So there you go, we've reached the finish line as far as this video is concerned. If you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.